What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, we are going to be finishing up our 2022 Patriots draft class analysis here. I do have a playlist for all videos and analysis that I've made for this 2022 draft class. I will pin that in the comment section below for those who want to look at all my analysis on each and every single pick from rounds 1 to 7. But in this one, the New England Patriots are going offensive line again, and you just know Mac Jones is going to be highly protected. That is what the Patriots are looking for. Like you guys know, I say time after time, the offensive line to football is like the engine to a car, right? If your engine isn't working, your whole car is going to be messed up. If your offensive line isn't working, your offense is going to be messed up. Whether you're a run-heavy team, whether you're a pass-heavy team, no matter what it might be, your offensive is not going to perform if your blockers, your protectors up front are not quality, are not up to par. But the Patriots are selecting in the 7th round here, final pick of this draft, 245 overall, Andrew Stueber out of Michigan. The Patriots finally go Michigan, and we know that they love their Michigan offensive linemen, and it usually works out for them when they do draft them. One thing I will say, I'm surprised the Patriots did not go Alabama ties at all in this draft. But I think the Patriots are getting a steal here. I think they're getting really good value here on Andrew Stueber. Now, he was a projected 5th round pick. PFF had him ranked as their 202nd best prospect in this draft, but he had an average draft projection of going 191st overall. Again, Patriots getting him at 245 in the 7th round. Another guy who's still pretty young, 22 years old, 6'7", 325 pounds. I like that as a tackle. Now, they do believe that he is going to be more of a guard in the NFL due to his limitations. I think he's going to be a tackle for the Patriots. At the very least, you have a starting caliber guard if you need be, but I do think the Patriots are going to utilize him as a tackle, and why not? They've been able to disguise some of the limitations he has. A guy with shorter arms, a guy who's not really to break into his stance too quick, a little bit slower, but I mean, the Patriots had Michael Onwenu, who's a guard playing at tackle. They had Marcus Cannon, who was a guard playing at tackle. So I believe Andrew Stueber will be used and utilized as a tackle for this team's offensive line. Now, one thing I don't necessarily love here, I do like that he does have experience as right guard and right tackle, but I would have liked for the Patriots to go the other side of the offensive line, left guard, left tackle, and maybe they try it with him, but throughout his time in college, 254 snaps at right tackle in 2020, 921 snaps at right tackle in 2021, 138 snaps at right guard in 2020. He's primarily a right side of the offensive line type of guy. The Patriots kind of have that side of the offensive line under wraps. You have Michael Onwenu, you have Chasen Hines, who you recently drafted. Michael Onwenu can also play right tackle if you need be. I would have loved some depth there at left tackle and left guard, but nonetheless, the Patriots are getting a really good quality player here, and I know that they'll figure it out if need be, but again, that's who you're getting here. You're really getting a right guard to right tackle. Now, this past year, he put up an overall grade in 2021 of 71.6 in 14 games played with 927 offensive snaps played. Now, 500 of those came from a run blocker, 427 came as a pass blocker. He allowed 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits, and 7 hurries. Now, in 2020, he put up an overall grade of 68.6, appearing in 6 games, 392 offensive snaps, 151 as a run blocker, 241 as a pass blocker. 0 sacks allowed, 0 quarterback hits allowed, and 6 hurries allowed. And then in 2019, did not play at all. He was a 2-year starter in Michigan, not 3. Now, this is a guy who excels a lot more as a pass blocker. So if you're somebody who really wants to keep Mac Jones protected, this is going to bode well for you. He put up this past season an overall passing grade of 81.2. Run blocking grade, still above average, not by much, but still above average, but nothing compared to his pass blocking grade. Run blocking grade was 65.1. He also had a much better zone grade than a gap grade. His zone grade was 75.5, while that gap grade was 56.5. but he had a really nice true pass set pass block grade with a 78.6 grade. Now, NFL Network doesn't seem to be as high on him. They gave him a 5.98 overall prospect grade, which overall means an average backup or special teamer. I don't agree. I think that the Patriots really could turn him into a starter with some time. Maybe not by next season. They don't necessarily need that, though. He'll serve as a depth piece for now, but I do think that he could become a potential starter for the Patriots down the road if need be. But at the very least, I do like his potential as a rotational piece for the Patriots, as a backup piece for this team, because you just know at some point Isaiah Wynn is going to go down, or Trent Brown's going to go down, and the Patriots are going to need to plug somebody in. Injuries, they're just bound to happen. Now, when doing my research on him, this is what NFL analysts had to say about him. They said that he's a beefy right tackle prospect who succeeds with toughness and strength. Stueber is split low with excess girth across his torso and might have a team considering him as both a guard and a tackle. They also said that he's strong in his upper and lower areas, but it would benefit him for a better bend, which would increase his leverage. Again, smaller hands, not a whole lot of leverage, but the Patriots have still put those guys out at tackle, and it's boded well for him. They said that he plays with a good feel for the pocket depth and can neutralize power rushers, but will have trouble successfully setting out to NFL edge speed. So it does sound like with these faster edge defenders, that is going to be Stueber's kryptonite. They did say, though, that he is built for power and gap run schemes, but is more of a neutralizer rather than a finisher. He's not going to finish off these blocks. He's just going to neutralize them for the time being. He has toughness, he has the size, the strength, and the potential, but they feel it all just depends on where he plays at the NFL level and what position he's going to play at the NFL level. Overall, though, I like this pick for the Patriots, but before we end this video off, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this video, betonline.ag. Guys, now, our partners over at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that baseball is back and the start of the Major League Baseball season is finally here. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join us using that promo code CLNS50 to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. But what are your guys' thoughts on this selection by the Patriots, and what are your overall thoughts on this 2022 draft class? Make sure to check out my other videos on this draft class. But without further ado, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But go Pats.